Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I've got mine. Today's morning coffee chat is dedicated to all of the people who have the backbone to not celebrate a genocide on today. And today is just another Thursday for us. I dedicate today's video to you all. You have my love and support because I know how hard it is to break away from friends and family and to stand on our principles. And that is that we do not celebrate genocides. We do not celebrate the massacre of other people. So this one's for you. With that being said, I need to say thank you so much to Lynetta. Lynetta, thank you so much for supporting the library pantry. Yesterday, a lowrider full of kids pulled up in front of my house, y'all. I wish I could show y'all the front portion of that video. I showed the back end over in the village yesterday, but I couldn't show you the front portion of it because it's got all my neighbors' houses in it, and I didn't want to put that on display, but it was the cutest thing ever. They pulled up in a red lowrider, and all the kids hopped out of the back of the lowrider and ran for the library pantry and started picking out their items. It was such a wonderful, wonderful thing to see, and I was blessed to be able to see that. So thank you all so much for everything that y'all do to help with that library pantry. I'm able to have these moments and experience them, and then even capture a few of them on film, and it's just, it does my heart good. You know, I'm not really somebody that really likes children, to be honest. I don't really like children. I don't like children because I find most of them to be not well raised and unruly. You know, I like the good kids. I like the ones who are disciplined, the ones who have parents who are making sure that they are pouring into them. They're respectful of adults. They're respectful of their peers. You know, quiet children that understand that they understand at an early age, you know, that we all should be out here respecting each other, one another, and they're just well disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Those kinds of kids. Now, them kind of kids, I can rock and roll with them kind of kids all day long. And we get a lot of those types of kids to the library pantry because books. You know, you notice the kids that really, really like the books tend to be the better behaved kids. At least I've noticed it. You know, the ones that don't go for the books, those are the ones that are unruly, pulling things out, won't put things back where they found them, no matter how many times you've asked them, topple over things, just real disrespectful. And then you have to go out there and then you have to tell a child, honey, I'm sorry, I've tried to work with you so many times, but you can't come back. Sometimes you have to do that with those kids, and it's sad, and they get angry. And then I've had one kid one time throw himself on the concrete when I told him he couldn't come back. And the way he was treating the other kids, I had it all on video. It was horrible, and they were all afraid of him. And this bully of a kid threw himself down on the concrete and started kicking and screaming like a 2-year-old. It be wild times at that library pantry, y'all. It be wild times. Anyway, listen. Did y'all hear about those two white boys, 20 and 21-year-old? Gavin Weissenberg and Tanner Thomas, that conspired to go over to Haiti, well, to that Haitian island, the Haitian island of Gonave, and which is an island. It's not really all that small. It has 87,000 people living on it. And they were conspiring to murder all the men and take all the women and children as sex slaves. As sex slaves. And then they were trying to recruit the homeless in Washington, D.C. in order to do it. These people, these racist people, I tell you. And they were going to produce child porn, too, with the children there. These people are sick. 20 and 21-year-old. Really thought they was going to take their ass over to Haiti. Talk about somebody that ain't read Haiti's history. really thought they were going to take their asses over to Haiti, of all places, and murder all the men and enslave all the women and children and use the women and children as sex slaves and produce kiddie porn. Remember when I told y'all in a video a long time ago? They're their ancestors too. That's why you got to watch out for them. They are their ancestors too. They're going to go over to a black nation, kill everybody that'll stand in their way, and then enslave the others. They're their ancestors too. I keep telling y'all. Y'all got to watch out for them. So many of y'all want white adjacency and want their approval. Look at the approval. Look at whose approval you're seeking. Look at whose approval you're seeking. This is what at their core they think of you. At their core. And I'm not saying all, but most of them feel like this. And that's why you got to tread carefully around them. These are sinister beings. They are. Y'all see how everybody in the black diaspora, the entire black diaspora, then stopped going to war with each other to get on that one chick? That one chick that let that Dutch man scam her, her friends, and her parents out of all that money. Baby, everybody getting her. Everybody is getting her. I forget what her name is, but she over on TikTok. Just go over to TikTok. And again, my God, if you don't have TikTok, okay, we get it. You don't have TikTok. I don't care. But if you have TikTok, go on over to TikTok and type in Dutch scammer, and it should come up. And she's Nigerian. And let me tell you the kind of black person she is, because you can watch her videos and you can tell she's the type of black person that I just mentioned. The type of black person that wants white agency. She wants to be close to white people. She says she's a proud Nigerian. No, she not. No, she not. She the only black person in her friend circle. And she blamed what this white man did to her on black women. Somehow it's black women's fault that she and her parents and her friends got scammed by this Dutch man out of all their money. Somehow she blaming black women for it. But it's not the fact that she thought that white was better than black, or that she was doing something with this white man. She just totally felt like, you can tell she's like a Candace Owen type. She like a Candace Owen type. Now I can see if she just happened to meet this white man, they vibe, they click, that's one thing. But she saw him out. She saw him out. She thought she saw him out because she thought that he was better, that his skin made him better than black men. That's how they ended up together. And that's how she ended up getting scammed. The irony of a Nigerian being scammed. The irony. Anyway, listen. Somebody said something in yesterday's video, in the comments of yesterday's video, that hit me so hard. It hit me so hard. Listen, it bears repeating. I talked about how everybody's going to have their little Thanksgiving holidays today. And y'all are going to sit up and y'all going to invite the molesters of the family around their victims, because y'all do it every holiday. And then the victims get re-traumatized. And they have to swallow all that pain and all that shame and the trauma of what happened to them, and then not being believed and supported by their family. I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. And somebody in the comments said, the same people that want the Epstein files are the same people who will not call out the predators in their own family. What the kids doing now? Baby, that was the one Whoever said that, come to the front of the class. That was the one, baby. Yes. Y'all got the nerve to demand these Epstein files. And you're never going to get a non-redacted copy of those files. You're never going to get that. Then Republicans are going to scrub the names of everybody from those files that they want scrubbed, that they feel like bears is worthy of protection, especially Donald Trump. They're going to scrub all those names, and then you'll get what's left. Then you'll get what's left. You're never going to get a complete FBI copy, unredacted copy of the names on that list. Y'all never going to get that. But when they said that, I said, woo, that is the one. The same people screaming over these Epstein files. Yep. Y'all the same people that won't call out the predators within your own family. And that makes you a hypocrite. It does. It makes you a hypocrite. It makes you a hypocrite. Anyway, there's something else that I want to say before I leave. Look, I know that sometimes when you come and you talk to people every single day, you know, it's never really too hard for me to, because the people that follow me, y'all tend to be really good people. And it's not hard for me to come up with a conversation to have with y'all in the mornings. And, you know, and sometimes I talk about trending topics, but mostly I keep it very black around here. And that's just not hard to do because that's who I am at my core. But let me tell you what's starting to piss me off. And I hope that the person that watches me and does this is listening right now. Let me tell you what pisses me off. What pisses me off, and it's starting to piss me off, and I don't want no problems because I'm not trying to, you know, tussle with anybody. And when I say I'm not trying to tussle with anybody, believe me when I say that doesn't mean that I'm not capable of tussling. It just means I'd rather not tussle. Because I'd rather not use my energy that way. When you come and you watch me or you watch my content and you see what I'm doing, and then you basically copy my content, I don't like that. I'm not stupid. I see what you're doing. I see that you're getting a lot of inspiration from my content, and then you're using it as your own content and still not even bothering to give me credit. Not even bothering to say, I watched Woke Gardner's video this morning and she inspired me to say this. I'm not even getting my motherfucking credit from you. And I see what you're doing. And I get it. Certain topics is, you know, people are going to, we're going to talk about certain topics because they're hot topics. They're trending topics. I get that. I understand that. But when you see me do something and then you turn around and you're doing the same thing, only you're doing it more nuanced or you're adding more to it, I can still tell that you came over here, you watched my content, and then you jumped off from it. And I don't appreciate it. It's disrespectful. I feel completely disrespected when you do that. Especially because I'm a much smaller creator. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's so not cool. If you having a hard time to come up with videos, content, I don't want to use names. I don't want to put names because we're not there yet. I don't feel like I want to do that right now. But don't think that I'm not capable of that, of directly addressing you, because I will if I have to. This is me saying that that's really got to stop. That's really got to stop. You coming over here, watching what I'm doing, and then jumping off from it with your own content. That's got to stop, sis. That's got to stop for real. Anyway, that's all that I have for today. If you would like to support the Library Pantry, if you would like to support this platform, or if you would like to just buy me a cup of coffee, I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a pleasant day. Y'all have a joyful day. Y'all have a peaceful day. However you going to spend the day, just don't be nobody's problem today. Don't be my problem, especially. Because I'm just over here talking to my people. Trying to put out good content. Trying to be a good community member. Y'all have a good day.